So, believers, Christ followers, this is a question. Whether it's now or in the past, before you were stronger in your faith walk, what was the reason that you would go back to an ex, that you made an ex, that you knew needed to stay an ex? What was the reason you would go back? Do you know the reason you would always go back? The other week, so this was June 1st when I made this note, and I'm gonna read it because I want to say it specifically how the thoughts came to mind. I said faith, of course we know, faith is the substance of things hoped for and not seen, right? You believe it to be true, you believe it to come, you just haven't seen it. And I said, when we are lacking faith, we operate in fear because we can't see what is to come, right? Can we all agree on that? We lack faith. When we lack faith, it's like a fear thing. Does that make sense? Can y'all agree to that? So if we're lacking faith, or hold on, let me reread it. When we are lacking faith, we operate in fear because we can't see what is to come. What if the reason we have gone back to exes is because we can't see another option? So in fear, we run to what is seen versus what is promised and not yet seen. Does that make sense? Can anyone relate to that? And I'm so serious about that because it's like back then when I would go back to talking to people that I knew did not mean me well, or on the surface they meant me well, but spiritually I knew we were unequally yoked. I knew they could not cover me in prayer. They would not be able to cover me as a partner. They would not be able to properly court me. I went back because that's what I knew. And I kept feeling like, okay, well, God is taking too long. This process is taking too long. So I'm uncomfortable in what I can't see. So let me go back to what I know is there. I know they can stroke my ego. I know they can make me feel less alone when really it was still isolation and being alone, because being in companionship with the enemy, that's still isolation because there's no light there, right? Anyways, let me move on. So, and then another thing, y'all know I'm transparent. Another thing, like even with my herpes diagnosis, it was like there were times when I felt like, well, these people that mean me no good, they're accepting my diagnosis. They're also accepting the abstinence and all of that. So, might as well deal with just, it sounds so crazy now that I'm like, but I'm not there anymore. But it was like the only words that come to mind is deal with who will accept me, right? It's like I knew, even though we were unequally yoked, I was like, they're loving every part of me. So, whatever, accept it because they're accepting me, right? That was like a very destructive thought process, or thought behavior, thought process, whatever. But yeah, because again, it was like, well, I'm not meeting anyone that's on my faith level, that's operating in their faith journey like I am, that's also accepting and open to my herpes diagnosis. Like I don't mean well, I don't know, because it doesn't bother me anymore. Like, but it's like I find it silly when I think back to the ways that I used to think, where I'm like, but yeah, that's your journal question of the day. And you don't have to answer. If you feel comfortable having a conversation in the comment section, I would love to hear your feedback in terms of whether it's present or in the past, what made you go back to your exes as a believer? like walking full blown with Christ, walking with the Most High, walking and trying to do all that the word says. But what was the one thing, the one reason, or multiple reasons, why you feel like instead of waiting for who God had for you, you were more comfortable going back to the ex? Was it possibly a faith issue? Was it a faith issue? I'm just asking. Because I feel like, and I'm like I said, I feel like maybe that's what my issue was. I didn't see another option. I couldn't fathom, oh, a man is going to deal with me being abstinent. Oh, a man is going to understand what my health chart may say, right? Because it's the health chart. The health chart says it, right? But now I look at it like, I mean, I know God can do anything, but y'all know sometimes it's a bit harder to believe and to trust and to wait for when you can't see it. You don't even see an inkling. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, let me hear y'all thoughts in the comment section. Y'all have a blessed day.